of NEC meeting. PDP Governors Forum warns troublemakers to stay away from party. NEMET predicts isolated thunderstorms in parts of rivers and other states. JAM directs owners of CBT to arrest parent found near examination centers. On the foreign scene, Ukraine's Prime Minister warns of Third World War if Ukraine loses conflict with Russia. I am Ife Chukwumoyili with the news. Now, the National Caucus of the People's Democratic Party has asked the acting national chairman of the party, Umar Damagum, to continue in office. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Debo Ologunagba, disclosed this last night. Now, he said the decision of the National Caucus will be formally ratified at the meeting of the National Executive Council today. Mr. Ologunagba said the National Caucus also instructed the National Working Committee to review the list of the River State Caretaker Committee.
The issue of River State Caretaker Committee, this was raised at the meeting of PDP governors and the PDP National Working Committee, and it was resolved that the political solution should be applied to resolve all the issues related thereto. Consequently, the PDP Governors Forum directed that the National Working Committee of the PDP revisit the issue of the River State Caretaker Committee list.
As you may know, Damagum, a former deputy national chairman of the party North, assumed the chairmanship position after the court suspended the party's national chairman, Iyorchia Ayu. Some party chieftains loyal to the former vice president Atiku Abubakar had canvassed for the return of the chairmanship position to the North Central, where it was zoned. Meanwhile, governors elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party have threatened to assume control of the party to prevent any attempt to factionalize the party. The chairman of the PDP Governors Forum and Bauchi State Governor, Bala Mohammed, affirmed the commitment of the forum to upholding the party's amended 2017 constitution. In the meantime, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Osita Chidoka, has warned that any wrong decision taken at the National Executive Committee meeting could either make or mar the party. In a statement today, Mr. Chidoka, a former aviation minister, said it is a matter of urgency to save the soul of the party that ushered and stabilized democracy in Nigeria. In other news, the Rivers State Executive Council yesterday approved over 6.5 billion naira to re-award the contract to complete the abandoned Akania Obogoro Ozuoba Road in Obiakpo local government area. The State Executive Council took the decision during its meeting at the Government House yesterday. Now, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Works, Atemeya Briggs, spoke to newsmen.
It's about 5 kilometers in length. It is connecting Okanea to the major Ogbogoro Ozuoba Road. This project was previously awarded to Mrs. Nugi Nigeria Limited. The council has approved a total sum of 6,734,865,277 naira and 88 kobo only for this award. The period of this construction is expected to last only 5 months.
The Commissioner for Information, Joe Johnson, said funds for the project will be sourced from internally generated revenue of the state.
The council also considered to do an emergency on the Iguruta roundabout as towards Sokoto. It's important I mention that the 40% mobilization fee or the total sum required for this project is going to come from our internally generated revenue. We are not borrowing any money for this purpose. So that the city of Ntamba Beach commence.
Correspondent Onyekachi Musu reports the acting Director General of the Bureau of Procurement, Ine Briggs, said the approval of the economic of the roads to stay. Moving on, rights activist Lolo Elsham said boat drivers operating the Bonny Port Harcourt waterways should be made comply with all safety rules for embarking on a journey. Dr. Elsham, meeting Bonny local government of Rivers State, said this following a boat accident led to the death of 3 passengers on the Bonny Way last Monday. Spoke the correspondent of about it.
Or the continuation of things has increased the population of the island, also the traffic on the waterways. We'll be having challenges of issues of that. We'll be having issues of safety or just weavers. Most of them are not planned, most of them are ignorant. Safety, you have life without them by energy and they are not using, they keep using the old ones that are bad.
Dr. Hailsham also urged the government at all levels to adequately fund the marine police to effectively safeguard the waterways. Meanwhile, a suspected notorious cultist and armed robbery kingpin, Menemene Lucky Babona, also known as Federal Witch, has been arrested by operatives of the River State Police Command attached to Ore Division. Spokesperson of the command, Grace Iringokoko, in a statement said the suspect is a native of the Bodo community in Gokana local government area and was arrested in Bodo community. SP Iringokoko also said the suspect gave a useful statement that can be used to arrest other fleeing members of his gang. Still to come, NIMET predicts isolated thunderstorms in part of rivers and other states. Stay with us.
Joki ke kanuma matumogu.
Registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, Professor Ishak Oloyende, yesterday. In a statement, the spokesman of JAMB, Fabian Benjamin, said the reason is to prevent some parents from intruding into the conduct of the exam. And now the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has predicted isolated thunderstorms over part of Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River State. The agency predicted isolated thunderstorms in Akwa Ibom, Imo, Edo, and other southern states. It also said the afternoon-evening periods hold better prospect of isolated thunderstorms over parts of Rivers, Bayelsa, Enugu, Ebonyi, Abia, and other southern states. The agency also forecast cloudy atmosphere with intervals of sunshine over the inland and coastal areas of the south in the morning. And now in business, the Ministry of Petroleum Resources and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited say the various claims by different individuals and groups on the alleged return of subsidy on premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, were wrong. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, Heineken Lobobiri, challenged those who make this argument to provide evidence to justify their allegations, stressing that since President Bola Tinubu had declared the end of subsidy on petrol, the situation remains so. And now to entertainment. The Chief Magistrate Court sitting in Ikorodu has granted the order that Wumi, the wife of the late singer Mohbad, be served notice of the pending DNA test application by substituted means. In sport, Liverpool may likely sign 23-year-old West Ham's Ghana forward Mohamed Kudus if 31-year-old Egypt striker Mohamed Salah leaves.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
Ukraine's Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal says there will be a third world war if Ukraine loses its conflict with Russia. Mr. Shmyhal told the BBC and urged the U.S. Congress to pass a long-stalled foreign aid bill. He expressed careful optimism that U.S. lawmakers would pass the hotly contested measure, which has $61 billion earmarked for Kyiv. Look at the major stories. PDP National Caucus has extended the tenure of acting national chairman of the party ahead of the NEC meeting today. The PDP Governors Forum has warned troublemakers to stay away from party. NAMET has predicted isolated thunderstorms in part of rivers and other states. JAMB has directed owners of CBT to arrest parents found near examination centers. And on the foreign scene, Ukraine's prime minister has warned of Third World War if Ukraine loses its conflict with Russia. The news was edited by Onyekachi Nwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifechukwu Mwanyali. Many thanks for listening.